Colorado, Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado. Oh, Denver, right? Where they like to snowboard, ski, and ride horses, right? That's what most people think when they think of Colorado. They think that, Colorado is a country state that all full of cowboys and people who snowboard and people who ski and all that fun stuff that if you're from Colorado, that's pretty much only the rich people that get a chance to go snowboard and ski way up in Aspen and Vail and so forth. But the average person in Denver, Aurora, if you ask them, they probably never went skiing, don't care to go skiing. They don't care about riding horses. There's no horses to be rode unless, the stock show or something's in town, right? That's the biggest hype when the stock show does come around. But, on today's video, we're going to cover, does Colorado really have hoods?
Denver police, and they paint a dangerous picture of downtown. Violent crime as a whole has risen 13% in the last 3 years. But it's the murder rate that's jumped a whopping 73% in that time that has people wondering.
A 13-year-old shot inside an apartment, an 18-year-old shot while walking down the street, a 14-year-old shot and killed by police after allegedly robbing a convenience store at gunpoint. It's been a disturbing week in Aurora regarding young people and violent crime, a week that continued a troubling trend from last year.
It's a huge problem.
From 2021 to 2022, violent crimes involving juvenile suspects increased by 22% in Aurora. And with the summer months fast approaching, Chief Art Acevedo is concerned.
Colorado is in a, quote, tsunami of crime. This according to a new report from the Common Sense Institute. The report finding that in 2020, Colorado led the nation in its race of increased property crimes and auto thefts. Now, according to the report, the average monthly crime rate in Colorado, 28% higher than it was a decade ago, with violent crime rates spiking 35% since 2011.
And this video actually comes about from a TikTok video I just did that's starting to catch some traction, and I thought it'd be good to touch bases on it because in the video that I did a reaction on TikTok, there was a shooting over this past weekend on 14th and Clinton where the Aurora police killed a suspect who I believe was brandishing a gun.
I'm Jennifer Meckles. We are following some breaking news out of Aurora tonight. A person has died after being shot by 2 police officers. This happened just off Colfax on 14th and Clinton in Aurora. 9 News reporter Ria Jha just got an update from police tonight, and police are telling us, Ria, that the person they shot was someone they were looking for, a suspect in a totally different shooting.
Jennifer, officers were dispatched here for a shooting at 7:45, and less than 10 minutes later, officers shot their weapons and shot the suspect, who was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Police arrived on scene and found a victim shot in the leg. The suspect left the scene in a red Mustang, leading police on a pursuit, but eventually lost track of him. The suspect ended up returning to the scene, and at 7:53, officers reported shots fired. The Aurora police chief said they are still trying to discover if the suspect shot at officers. So the other victim that was shot in the leg is supposed to be okay. Aurora police chief said they do not know the age of the suspect as of right now, but they did say the 2 officers involved will be placed on administrative leave. Reporting live in Aurora, Ria Jha, 9 News.
All right, Ria, following tonight, 2 police.
In the news, they interviewed a white family, and the white family actually heard the shooting while they were in their backyard, and they interviewed a little girl and her mother. And the family said they moved there in 2016, but since moving in, they've always heard gunshots, but to see the police actually shoot and kill someone in their backyard, left them fearful and has them scared. And I mean, who wouldn't, right? But it's interesting that the news only covers this when, it's a white family that's kind of gentrified the neighborhood to a tad degree, because I'm sure they bought the property or moved into the property and wanted to get closer to Denver. But in order to get closer to Denver, you gotta, standards of life gotta go down. And not to say that Denver is the best neither, but ultimately they interview her, and she, they live right on the corner of 14th and Clinton. Anybody that's from Denver, Aurora, 14th and Clinton is the hood. And I would deem anything from Colfax and Quebec all the way down to Peoria, you know what I mean? From Colfax, Quebec and Colfax all the way down to Colfax and Peoria, yeah. Like I would deem that little area that's the hood though. Like that hood almost right. Like if the east side of Denver is bad, that part of Aurora right there is gonna give the east side a run for its motherfucking money because boy, and I'm biased, right? But I'm Denver bred, Aurora fed. You know, I live on the line that divides Denver and Aurora. So I've always had my fair exchange of knowing everything about Denver and everything that goes on about Aurora because they're very similar in nature. And especially being Aurora, you can push down to downtown Denver pretty quickly and so forth. But, you know, Aurora is hood. And don't get me wrong, there's good parts of Aurora when you go outside of and go further down. There's good parts. But I mean, does Colorado have hoods? Yes. Denver has hoods. The east side, the west side is pretty much all hood. The north side, even though that's being gentrified, it still got hoods up in it. The south side is hood. Thornton is hood. Commerce City's hood. I mean, when I think about Denver and the Denver metro section, it's nothing but hood motherfucking people, though. You know what I mean? And for my TikTok video, it trips me out because I see so many out-of-towners that are the first ones to respond and be like, Denver doesn't have no hoods, Colorado don't have no hoods, or, you know, of course they want to play the my city is harder than your city, which I wouldn't, you know, if you're coming from Oakland or you coming from some of these other places, I would agree with you on that. But to take away the fact of the matter that Colorado has hoods, you can't do that. Now, they may not be like your hood, but most people that be like that, they probably done got ran out they hood. That's why they in Colorado. That's why they in Denver from motherfucking, you know, South Central, Watts, motherfucking wherever they done came from. But at the end of the day, Colorado will always have hoods. And if anybody was ever say that Denver doesn't, like, it goes down out there. Anything you're looking for, you can find out there. Even taking a quick look at the comments of the post right there, you could tell people who are Denver, Aurora natives, they know what time it is. I mean, it's evident. No one, it's undisputed. So, I mean, it's newsworthy when it's a white person, right? But this has been going on. I mean, damn, I've been in Colorado since the 80s. So, I mean, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now the 2020s. This has been the hood. But, you know, let somebody else tell it. One user said they drive Uber and they avoid this area at all costs at night. I mean, just a quick look at these comments right here, you can tell, you know, there's no joke. For somebody to think that there ain't like hood, like even I would know that, you know, in Montana, Utah, I'm sure there's hood motherfuckers all over. How bad the hood is, that's up for debate, right? But Denver, Aurora, they've got some pretty bad, especially when the sun goes down. Like these are whole different worlds when the sun goes down, other than even in the daytime, though. I mean, you can visibly drive by and just know this ain't a good area. You feel me? This is not a good area. And to get back on to the video I made on TikTok with the white family, I mean, you know, like, you know, you gotta do your due diligence and research before you move into the area, lady. Like, this has always been the hood. Like, you could have did a quick crime search of incidents that go around in the neighborhood and seen the place you moving into is a hotspot. I mean, you like a block away from East Colfax. And I mean, like, this is a no-brainer to anybody that is a Colorado or Denver native that these are areas you don't want to get caught in or stay too long if you don't have to. But yet again, I mean, shit, you know, to each their own, right? You know, I'm not going to play the game of my hood's harder than yours. I think that shit is some bullshit anyway. I mean, idiotic to motherfucking argue on how bad it's gotten. But I mean, we're in 2024 for like everything is bad. Everything's getting worse. So, I mean, of course, Denver is continuously sliding down the hill in a lot of areas, though, especially, and it's taking Aurora with it, it's taking Green Valley Ranch with it, it's taking Montbello with it. All these areas are sinking deeper and deeper into the motherfucking abyss because it's getting bad out there. And I feel bad knowing that, you know, the summer's coming and there's so many homeless people, and, you know, with fentanyl again, you know, we talk about that, you know, that shit is got people young and old just, you know what I mean? They gone and there ain't no coming back. That it's a whole nother type of crack right there. And summer's gonna show this more and more because now everybody's gonna be outside and you're gonna just continuously see how bad it is. But yeah, quick little video just to give my 2 cents on, does Colorado have hoods? But y'all let me know down there in the comments what y'all think. Do you think Denver, Aurora, you think Pueblo, where y'all think Colorado has the hoods at? Or do y'all think we just don't have none? Let me know down there in the comments below. And Once again, it is May, and I am giving away $50 to the top commenter. So tap in with your boy down there in the comments into this month. Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, I got you. But to the next one, I'm gone.